Hello. So our market remains very similar to what we saw over the last week. So instead of going over all those numbers because they're very close, I wanted to touch on how to choose the right investment property. So I'm going to assume that for now, we're going to buy and hold properties because flipping right now in this market is pretty tough. Money is expensive at the moment, so it's a lot easier if you're looking for the longer game. Okay, few important things that you need to consider. And I believe that any property purchase is an investment and it will be sold one day. So regardless if you're looking to simply add to your own portfolio, or to start a portfolio, or you're looking for a new primary residence, everything that I'm going to be touching on mostly is really important for resale. So first off, we want to consider the neighborhood that the property is in. And that's really important because you're going to have a larger buyer pool if it's near a school, in a solid residential neighborhood, meaning not mixed use, not, an old downtown, something like that. You want to have lots of amenities that are in close proximity. The key is a family home. So in London, we have a lot of really good neighborhoods, but we also have really good post-secondary institutions like Western and Fanshawe College, right? So those are big draws for students and the like. So it's good because our vacancy is very low. So if you want to look at a student rental versus a family rental, near those schools are going to be important, right? Then we want to look at the actual house itself. Is it turnkey? How much work does it need, if any, right? So you want to be careful right now with how much work it actually needs, because although you are going to pay a little bit more for an updated property, it's generally a lot easier than having to do the work yourself. Now, we're getting about $1,000 a door here, so it may be worth having a look at things that don't require any elbow grease. They're already good to go, right? You're going to want to find something also that's a minimum of 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. Again, you'll get about $1,000 a door. If it's in a better area in London or really updated modern home, you'll get at least $3,500, $3,600, $3,800 for it, maybe even $4,000, right? The last thing I want to mention is the nuts and bolts of the transaction. So not necessarily about the property, but the actual transaction and how it comes together. How much do you have to put down? What is the interest rate that you qualify for? What are the property taxes? What is maintenance cost? Right? So all these things are going to add up. And if you don't do that ahead of time, it could kill your bottom line and you could be in debt, which is not good. Now, breaking even for the first couple years, not a bad thing, right? Again, we're talking about long game here. So the biggest piece of advice that I have is make sure you have a couple exit strategies. Like I just said, ultimately think long term, right? Because that's where your biggest gains are going to be found. However, have some exit strategies, right? If the market, has an uptick, you sell. What is the penalty to get out for your mortgage? Usually it's 3 months interest payments. Things like that is what you need to know. If you want to continue this conversation, let me know. I am at an airport right now. I'm actually flying off to Boston to look at some opportunities down there. So I'm at Billy Bishop at Porter Gate at the moment, which is why it might be a little echoey. I found myself a little quiet enclave here to have a quick conversation with you. So if there is any further conversation that you do want to have about how to get into a property, what to look for, how to mitigate any detrimental anything from it, let me know. I'm available, okay? Even all week in Boston. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.